Day 40. Feels like there's a lot to talk about because I haven't filmed in a little while. So there's a lot coming in. I'm sitting by a beautiful river in my town right now to do this for you guys and really for me. Because I'm using my phone now because for whatever reason the laptop, I'm still having that problem where it's like I'll record and it won't pop up. I did that yesterday and it happened again. So I'm just going to go with this from now on. First of all, this morning was incredible because prior to my meditation, like first thing when I got up, someone very close to me that I love a lot started having a conversation with me, and it turned into just sort of a lot of emotional processing. And this other person was really triggered, really angry and really upset, and I realized having the conversation that it wasn't really what they were talking about. Wasn't the surface that was the actual upset. It was more of the underlying dynamic and things that were going on. But I still got triggered too, and I was completely angry and sad and having all of this come up. And I noticed my mind really wanted to go, oh, I'm too chaotic right now. I can't do my meditation. There's so much going on. And I'm like, no, this is the perfect time. So I sat down and I did it anyways. And probably for like the first 10 to 20 minutes, something like that. I didn't look, but I'm just guessing on that time. I sat and my mind was completely in the who's right and who's wrong of this and what are we going to do and how do we fix it, trying to solve, looking at every little piece, just like picking this apart and analyzing. And then it's like that piece sort of broke away from me so I could look at it, and I was just observing this, like my mind arguing with itself, inner conflict kind of stuff. And I just went, whoa. And I realized I was just in that mindset of getting a solution, getting over this, getting to the end of this, getting through but you know, I think if I've said this before, here it is again. Just the point of, you know, when you're you're trying to get anything, you're telling yourself that you're in lack, that you don't have it already. That's the implication. And when you're in a mindset of giving, the message you're sending to yourself is that you're in abundance, that you're whole, you're complete, you already have what you need. And so there's much more energy in that mindset of giving. I notice that things flow much more smoothly than when I'm in the mindset of getting, consuming, taking. And so I noticed that was the mindset that was happening, and just went, oh, what can I give to this situation? What can I contribute? What can I be? What is trying to come through here that A is my deepest truth and B will add value to this? And I just realized compassion. Just in that moment, it was just compassion. Have compassion for this other person. Have compassion for yourself, mainly. And move through that. And when I shifted into that, I just realized, okay, I'm just going to be a space of love. I'm going to be a space of love for everything that's coming up within me. And I'm going to be a space of love for whatever is coming up for this other person. And it took all of that personal, egoic, you did this to me, I did this to you argument out of the way, and was just like, oh, here's the truth of this. And then it just dropped, and all resentment and anger and that sadness released, and I was just really able... I spent the rest of the meditation just in that complete, peace, just resonant love feeling, and just set the intention to be a space of love for myself and this other person no matter what comes up. And it was beautiful. The amazing thing is, what happens is when you truly shift, everything around you shifts too. And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to have a conversation. You don't have to tell anyone. It's just, well, one of two things happens. Either it will shift or it will fall away. One or the other. And energy just has to match or it will leave. I love this. Bruce D. Schneider once said this. You guys can check out his work. Very famous, successful entrepreneur, coach of all different kinds. And what he said is that conflict happens when energy matches, not when it doesn't. And I am in complete, full agreement with that right now. I say right now because my beliefs today may not be my beliefs tomorrow. Who knows? It's an ongoing thing. So much is falling away, and beautiful ride this whole thing is. But so then after this, the situation shifted and that person actually dropped into a deeper space of realization at some point while I did in the meditation as well. And so then when we came back together afterwards, there was really beautiful healing space available for both of us and an even deeper connection cultivated. So that was really just filled my heart, and I just see that happen again and again. It's like the proof is in the pudding of this stuff for me, and I'm proving to myself over and over again that these concepts really do work, and at least for me, make my life better. And also adding here, so this would actually be day 42, but not yesterday, but the day before, I had skipped 2 days of meditation. And really there's no reason. There's just excuses. And we make excuses so much. But I let myself do that and just sort of watched what happened. And the first day I didn't do it, I noticed, one, is my ego sort of got a little shaken up because I realized a piece of me was identifying with being somebody who meditates an hour every single day. And that sort of got released, and because I noticed there was all this discomfort, and then I kind of questioned a little bit, am I uncomfortable because I haven't done the meditation and there's all this stuff and it's really the fogginess, or am I just uncomfortable because I think that I should be doing this thing and I'm not? And it ended up being a little bit of both. But so then that identity sort of fell apart. And I want to keep doing the meditation. I'm not going to stop because of that. But I just realized that I had a little bit of an attachment to it. But then I also noticed just when I didn't do it, there was a lot more focus externally on what's going on and trying to control everything out there versus just being in here. And I also saw my mind come up with a lot of this, like, we've done this so much. I'm on day 30 something. It's like I've proven to myself that I can do this. There's no need to anymore. And that's sort of like wanting to give up now that it's now that I know that I can do it. It's like we're done here. And I don't want to do that. I want to stick to this. And definitely having been back in my routine now, for sure, it's just life is just fuller and richer to me with this experience in it and being able to process things. The other thing I noticed is I process much differently, not so much anymore, but initially really differently in meditation than I do just in my head. It feels like a deeper, more truthful core space than when I'm just thinking about things in my mind. And even on the days that I didn't, I noticed I'm able to tap into that place much more easily by doing the meditation consistently every single day. You build a reference point of what that feels like, and then it's way easier to go there. So it's like at first, it's kind of, you're bringing yourself into it, and you're bringing yourself into it, and then it's getting quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker, and the distance you have to go is shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter to get there. So even if you miss a day or something like that, you're still able to come much more centered than if you just weren't doing this at all. So that was really cool to see also. So I just feel like there's so much coming out of this, and I just want to keep going. I really found some new inspiration too of realizing that all of this, like, there's definitely a part of me hoping that this is beneficial in some way to other people, and giving other people permission and inspiration to be the fullest expression of themselves as well. But this is really for me. It's kind of, this journey is me teaching me. These videos are me, talking through what I'm going through, processing in a different way this journey. So thank you guys for watching and for taking it with me. Those of you who are doing that and sharing your experience. It's really amazing. And I'm sort of finding that the place I like to be most, just energetically in my body, emotionally, is not in that happy, joyful, ecstatic space. I like that too. But actually, what feels like my truest version is a really just deep acceptance of what is in each moment. And this might sound a little crazy, but it's less emotional, but not in the sense of you don't feel anything numb. I feel like there's a fine line, and sometimes people hear that and they take it as like psycho or sociopathic kind of thinking, and there's definitely a difference between that. So it's not emotionless. It's like I'm feeling everything fully, but it's just flowing and moving. It's not owning me. I'm not possessed by my emotions and my thoughts anymore. It's just free to move within me and around. And there's not so much attachment and resistance and holding to wanting to keep things the same. It's just being with the flow of life. So it's not an attachment to this happiness anymore. It's just really meeting whatever is as it comes in every single moment. And I'm just feeling amazing. Health-wise, I feel like this is really impacting me a lot. More energy, less stress, just overall making healthier decisions on all levels in my life, for eating habits, for exercising, for just how I relate and communicate with people and with myself. It's drastically shed a light on my own inner dialogue, which is really the most important, right? So anyways, yeah. Day 40. Let's see what else happens.